Hello Manchester United fans. Man United news, price of summer transfer target could drop amid Andre Onana's war of words. Manchester United are eyeing a new striker in the summer, but recent transfer blunders are making them think twice as Andre Onana and Nemanja Matic go at each other before the clash with Lyon. Manchester United copped stern criticism following their goalless draw on Sunday, with Ruben Amorim having to defend his team and their methods. Gary Neville was among those to take aim, labeling them as robotic. The draw did little to help United's position in the Premier League, and they languish firmly in the bottom half. Attention has turned to their Europa League efforts, with victory in the tournament their only remaining hope of securing Champions League qualification, which is beyond them domestically. Amorim's side will face Lyon in the last 8 this week, beginning with a first-leg outing in France. Following that, they will take on Newcastle at St. James Park at the weekend. Here's the latest news coming out of Old Trafford as the Manchester outfit plot their summer business with major reinforcements needed. United target could see fee drop. United target Liam Delap will see his release clause drop to £30 million if Ipswich are indeed relegated from the Premier League. The Red Devils have been linked with the young forward, with Chelsea also keen on him. The Tractor Boys are the weekend which left them 12 points from safety as an immediate return to the Championship appears inevitable. Several of their leading lights would likely move on, with interest in Delap mounting. He has excelled since leaving City in a £20 million deal, and he could be available to any suitor for just £30 million should Ipswich go down. United will be monitoring the situation closely, with the striker high on their list of targets this summer. City also have a 20% sell-on clause in Delap's contract, which means Ipswich could end up making a minimal profit should the striker move on to pastures new. Matic sparks Onana war of words. Ex-United midfielder Nemanja Matic has slammed Andre Onana, who he has described as one of the worst goalkeepers in the club's history. The Serbian will come up against his former club this week, but Onana has claimed that United should be too good for the League One side. Matic has not held back with his response, as he said, to say that you need to have cover. Onana? I respect everyone, but to say that you need to get the answer. If you are one of the worst goalkeepers in Man United history, you need to take care what you're talking about. If David De Gea or Peter Schmeichel or Edwin van der Sar say that, then I will question myself, but if you are statistically one of the worst goalkeepers in Man United's modern history, you know he needs to show that before he says that. We will see. Onana responds with trophy jibe. Onana has immediately hit back at Matic, insisting he had no intention of disrespecting Lyon, but was more than. Marcus Rashford told he can revive Manchester United career on one condition. Marcus Rashford's future looks destined to lie away from Manchester United, but a former Red Devil believes a return to Old Trafford from Aston Villa could still be a success. Marcus Rashford can revive his Manchester United career next season, provided he changes his attitude, according to a former Red Devils striker. Louis Saha believes that the 27-year-old has no excuses not to be able to adapt to Ruben Amorim's methods at Old Trafford. Rashford joined Aston Villa on loan, having fallen out of favour under the Portuguese coach and struggled to make matchday squads. The academy product revealed he was looking for a new challenge ahead of the January transfer window, having endured a frustrating season. Moves to the likes of Barcelona and Borussia Dortmund failed to come to fruition before Unai Emery's Villa offered Rashford an opportunity for the remainder of the season. And Rashford, though often being utilised from the bench, has bagged 3 goals and 3 assists in the Premier League and FA Cup. Saha believes Rashford's ability to produce comes down to his own motivation rather than the coach or teammates he is surrounded by. The ex-Everton and Fulham sharpshooter only needs to decide to commit to a future at United to prove successful at his parent club. I think he can go back to Manchester United, but he needs to change his personality and mindset, told BetMGM's The Lineup. He has proved on the pitch what a top player he is, but all of this ego stuff he has to get rid of. It's as simple as that. If you want to destroy defenses and help the team be successful, you have to do it in so many different ways. It's not about his teammates or the manager, it's about him, and until his attitude changes, we won't see the real Marcus Rashford. I, like many, am a big fan and was really upset when he left Manchester United because of the reasons for it breaking down at Old Trafford, but especially more the way he is performing at Aston Villa. He has no excuses. It's not about people, tactics, or connections with the fans, and it's B************** for me anyone who says it is. It's his job to find solutions and adapt. I do believe he can do it, and if he decides to do it, I genuinely think he can do it anywhere in the world. Rashford's attitude has impressed new boss Emery, however. Aston Villa's Spanish coach reckons there is more to come from his forward and that by connecting with the player, Rashford's progression will continue. He is a good guy, humble, a very good professional, and he is really happy with his teammates, said Emery. He is being demanding on himself and with everything we want to work on with him, with the team. He is playing free, he feels comfortable, and this is the most important thing. We try to connect with him as a person first of all, and afterwards as a player. His process here is getting better, playing in 2 different positions. He started. Man United perform Osimhen U-turn, Real Madrid brace for €120 million Rodrygo bid. Victor Osimhen's chances of moving to Manchester United have been dealt a blow by the club's decision to walk away from a move for the Napoli loanee. Chelsea, Arsenal, and several Saudi Pro League clubs remain interested in the Galatasaray star. United have instead shifted their focus to Brentford's £50m rated forward Bryan Mbeumo. Arsenal and Liverpool have both been linked with the Cameroon international. Chelsea are ready to cut their losses and send Jadon Sancho back to Man United by paying the £5 million penalty. Liverpool are lining up a €50 million £43.2 million bid for Barcelona's increasingly frustrated midfielder Fermin Lopez. The ambitious starlet is also a target for Atletico Madrid, Aston Villa, Newcastle, and Man United. Despite extensive interest from Liverpool, Arsenal are keen on signing Bournemouth left-back Milos Kerkez. Manchester City midfielder Ilkay Gundogan has prompted admiring glances from Turkish giants Galatasaray. If Arsenal are forced to part ways with starting centre-back Gabriel, they would demand at least €100 million £86.4 million. Saudi Pro League sides Al Nassr and Al Ittihad have been heavily linked with the Brazilian defender and would be willing to offer him an eye-watering salary of around £400,000 per week. Pep Guardiola would be prepared to sanction a move worth more than €80 million £69 million to bring Barcelona's star forward Rafinha to Manchester City in the summer. Chelsea are preparing an offer of €120 million £103.6 million to beat Liverpool to the race for Real Madrid forward Rodrygo. Tyler Dibling is poised to reject a new Southampton contract and is the subject of mounting interest from Man United. Despite reports of 9-digit asking prices, the Saints are expected to allow Dibling to leave for around £35 million. Chelsea are prepared to be without Mykhailo Mudryk, who is the subject of a doping ban, next season and are willing to part ways with Christopher Nkunku. Liverpool are confident of landing Newcastle's in-demand striker Alexander Isak this summer despite competing interest from Arsenal and Barcelona. After enjoying a 6-month loan spell with Juventus, Milan are keen on keeping Chelsea loanee Renato Vega in Serie A with a permanent move for the 21-year-old. Sunderland's Jobe Bellingham has attracted interest from a glut of Premier League clubs. Chelsea are thought to be leading the race for Jude Bellingham's younger brother, who is also a target for Arsenal, Brighton, Crystal Palace, Man United, and Tottenham. West Ham's star forward Jared Bowen is thought to be open to a move away from East London to join long-term suitors Liverpool this summer. Tottenham and Newcastle are both keen on snapping up West Ham's Mohamed Kudus, who could be available for £80 million. Branthwaite exclusive United £30m Delap £25.7m move for Ndoye, Cunha race. Manchester United are ready for a huge summer transfer window with Ruben Amorim expected to overhaul the squad with plenty of players arriving and leaving. The Red Devils have been put on alert with Everton expecting to lose Jared Branthwaite this summer, Sunsport can exclusively reveal. Elsewhere, Man United have stepped up their interest in Ipswich striker Liam Delap, with the English striker available for £30 million should the Tractor Boys be relegated. In other news, the Premier League giants are reportedly ready to make a €30 million £25.7 million move for Bologna winger Ndoye. Meanwhile, the Red Devils are interested in Wolves' Matheus Cunha, but with Liverpool leading the race for Cunha, Amorim is eyeing a reunion with his former player Francisco Trinacco. Manchester United goalkeeper Andre Onana fired back after being savaged by ex-Red Devil Nemanja Matic ahead of Thursday's Europa League quarter-final with Lyon. It all started when Onana said, "I think we are better than them, we just have to go there and show who we are. If we go there with a winning mentality and we are focused, stay compact and together and we follow the game plan, we will be winning the game. We know some of them, but I don't think we have to focus on them. It's more about us, what we're going to do. Of course it's not going to be easy, but I think we are way better than them. Lion Star Matic responded, to say that, you need to have cover. Onana? Pfft, I respect everyone, but to say that, then you need to get the answer. If you are one of the worst goalkeepers in Man United history, you need to take care what you are talking. If David De Gea or Peter Schmeichel or Edwin van der Sar said that, I would question myself. But if you are one of the statistically worst goalkeepers in Man Utd's modern history, then you know he needs to show that he is much better before he says that. And Onana replied on Twitter, I would never be disrespectful to another club. We know that tomorrow will be a difficult game against a strong opponent. We focus on preparing a performance to make our fans proud. At least I've lifted trophies with the greatest club in the world. Some can't say the same. Gary Neville has stepped in to raise money for former players after boss Sir Jim Ratcliffe pulled the plug. In a big cost-cutting drive, billionaire Sir Jim axed the ailing club's annual £40,000 donation to an ex-Stars fund. The Association of Former Manchester United Players was set up in 1985 with its main objectives of promoting friendship, support, and charitable work. But many of its 300-plus members played in the years before the eye-watering wages of today. Now Neville has worked with the club to organize an event to honor ex-striker Andy Cole, with the proceeds going to UFMUP. Guests at the £125 a ticket bash on April 24th will include legendary manager Sir Alex, UFMUP trustee Jim Elm,